You can't teach American history without Native American history. I think people need to acknowledge that a little bit more.
In 1492, Columbus did a whole lot more than sail the ocean blue.
What Indigenous Peoples Day actually does is it reminds you how to actually understand what happens in 1492.
In 2016, the city of Evanston, Illinois, will recognize Indigenous Peoples Day for the first time. It's following in the footsteps of Berkley, California, which first celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day in 1992. Since then, cities like Seattle, Portland, and Minneapolis take part in the celebration. It's an alternative to Columbus Day that celebrates Native American culture and acknowledges the many tribes that lived across America long before Columbus could even say Nina, Pinta, or Santa Maria.
So many people know the Columbus story but don't think about the impact that that had and continues to have for Native people and Indigenous people around the world.
Kathleen McDonald is the director of the Mitchell Museum of the American Indian and led the push to change what they celebrate in Evanston.
The Native American history and contemporary culture is surprisingly vacant from so many conversations and stories and teachings. It is about appropriately interpreting history and not putting an individual on a pedestal.
Like in New York's Columbus Circle, where we literally voiced up the Italian explorer atop a grand monument. And to some, like those in Chicago's Italian-American Human Relations Foundation, celebrating Columbus and his achievements should be preserved. The president of the IAHRF doesn't want Indigenous Peoples Day to share space on the calendar with the already existing holiday. He told a local paper, "I don't understand why it has to fall on Columbus Day. There are so many other days." But there's a group of people that feel that whatever good came from Columbus landing on the shores of the Americas, all the evil that's happened since 1492 is his fault.
I don't think there would be a teaching of Indigenous Peoples Day without Columbus, but I do think that it's difficult if you want to set up sort of two separate pods that are teaching opposing views of the same story. And I would hope that folks that are celebrating Columbus Day would think more about the people that were here when Columbus arrived and the impacts that have continued to happen for those communities.